Howdy and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I will be discussing this. This is the Tarte Shape Tape foundation in the matte formula. I chose not to get the hydrating formula because I don't use hydrating foundations because I have combo oily skin and I like having my face looking matte. So there was no purpose in me buying it to try it, so I just got the matte formula. So I purchased this like pretty much right when it was released. So it took about a week for me to get it, and I was super excited to try it out until I started seeing all the other reviews pop up about it and seeing people's reactions. And I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm still gonna give it a fair shot and try it out to see how it works for me. So I tried it. I've been wearing it the past couple of days. I'm currently wearing it right now. So I mean, I like the finish. I like the coverage that it gives. It's definitely medium to buildable full coverage. It definitely runs a little orange on me, so I kind of had to make it work with my powders that I put on top of it to kind of help blend it out a little bit more. But I mean, overall, for me personally, it's a decent foundation for the price tag, which is kind of I don't normally spend this much money on a foundation. It's $39. So I said, you know what? I like the concealer so much. Let me try out the foundation. For the most part, it wore really well all day on the sides. I mean, naturally, my foundation towards the end of the day likes to break up around my nose and especially around here a little bit. So I'm not like super about the foundation. It's an okay foundation. I got the shade Deep Honey. It's still a little orange for me, and so like I said, I had to make it work. Now, I'm gonna talk about the hoopla on this product. So, I completely understand why everyone is up in arms about the shade ranges. Tarte, you treated those darker shades like an afterthought. I'm just gonna be really honest because I'm sorry, we all don't come in the undertone orange. Like, even I don't really get that orange until I tan in the summer. So I'm not expecting my winter shade to be orange. I expect it to be a little bit maybe on the yellow side or the neutral side. Especially for me, since I have warm golden undertones. I kind of need a foundation with a similar undertone. I didn't get that. And so that was a really, really, really big problem. Even blending down my neck. It's hard to blend orange out. It's really, really hard. My other issue is, why are there only 3 darker shades? I understand lighter shades are easier to make, but you already know, based off of your concealer sales, that it would behoove you to have a wide range of shades, especially for your darker complected brothers and sisters. But did you do that? No. And so for me in that instance, I am thoroughly disappointed because you could have done this release a little bit better. It felt a little haphazardly. And so, did you honestly think that this was gonna bode well for you, especially with releases by Fenty, Maybelline? You've got all these companies that cater to a wide array of shades, yet you chose to only have 3. Now, need be, yes, you're coming out with 10 more shades, but again, how many of those 10 shades are going to be catered to like my complexion and darker. Like you're leaving out so many people, and it's not really fair. I feel that this could have been done better. Do I feel inherently that Tarte as a company purposefully leaves us out? Not really. I don't think Tarte is your biggest problem because, to be quite frank, if you look at all of their other complexion products, the shade range does span a little bit better. They're not the biggest culprits when it comes to stuff like this. You've got It Cosmetics. I'm sorry, Rich and Deep and It Cosmetics are a joke. Like they are a legit joke. Like, do you Rich, Deep? Like, come on. No. And there are plenty of other higher end brands that just don't have that great of a shade range, and drugstore that just don't have that great of a shade range when it comes to foundations. I understand the need to have companies be a little bit more inclusive, but we also just have to just be aware of the fact that there are just some companies that they have just shown time and time again that they're just not going to cater. And so don't spend your money. Take your money elsewhere, because there are companies out there who are willing and openly cater to women of color. So my thing is, you just better spending your money in a place where you know you're going to get a great product. And so now, am I personally going to boycott Shape Tape concealer? No. And here's why. For me, as a combo oily person, it is really hard to find concealers that don't crease under my eye that are reasonably priced. Now, yes, need be Tarte Shape, if I can talk today. Tarte Shape Tape is not terribly expensive. It's $27. That's a little high for a concealer, but when it doesn't budge and it doesn't crease, I'm willing to fork the cash over a little bit. Now, I personally plan on continuing to use Shape Tape Concealer until I find a better alternative. I have ordered the new Makeup Revolution concealers. I ordered 3 shades because I wasn't sure. I like having one that's my skin tone and one that I can highlight with under my eyes to, take away them dark circles, because everybody knows dark circles ain't cute. So, I'm waiting on that shipment, and once I try that, because I've heard that concealer is a dupe for Tarte Shape Tape, I will do a side by side on my face one day to see how I feel about it. But until I personally find something that is going to be better than that, I will still continue to use it, or at least finish up the ones that I got, because I'm definitely not about wasting product unless it just didn't work. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you will take my viewpoints and thoughts about this situation to mind. I personally don't just boycott companies over one bad move. This is not like they haven't done anything egregious as far as I can see in the past. So I don't think that we should just crucify them on their first blumber, because this kind of was what it is. It was a fumble. It was a really, really, really big fumble. Tarte, you can do better. Hopefully these next 10 shades that you decide to put out will be better. But if not, I mean, you kind of reap what you sow. So just do better. And until next time, guys, deuces.